Good evening, my fellow Americans. My name is George A. Wilson, and I'm running for for the office of the President of the United States of America on November 3rd of this year, 2020. Now, this is just a summary of who I am and why I'm running, and why it's important for me to run as your Commander-in-Chief. Many have asked me this question, and many are inquiring to know just who I am. Now, most of you already know, and social media, who I am, but there are people that do not know who I am. First thing of all things, you gotta give it honor to God. I am a man of God. I am a pastor. I pastor on social media. And I have a ministry on social media, the Shepherd's Heart Outreach Ministry. That's first and foremost of who I am. Let me give you a little insight. As a citizen, I can no longer watch this government continue to lie and cheat Americans. As a veteran, I understand the price paid by so many of us who fought, bled, and gave their lives so freedom might endure. My total heart is about the American people. And I cannot sit back and watch what this government is doing, this administration, that's the Trump administration, how it's dismantling everything that America stands for. I know you're tired of it. I'm certainly tired of it. And it's time to take action and do something about it. No more complaining, no more grumbling, no more pointing fingers. It's time for action. It's time to put to work what we need to do. All right. With new norms comes new changes. With new challenges and more responsibility. Every American will know the truth. No more lies. We've been lied to long enough by every administration that's taken oath of office. They have lied to the American people. And it's time for the American people to know the truth. What's going on in their government, what's going on with their money, and how the government is working to fight for the American people. It's time for us to finally have truth. What happens today, what is happening today, is not political. It's personal. Donald Trump has made all of this about his political aspirations for re-election. It's never been about the American people, but that of the economy, which only thing that means anything to Donald Trump is money and how to get more money. He doesn't care how he gets the money. He doesn't care if it's by some crooked, deviant way. He don't care who he has to run over, who he has to employ, who he has to fire, who he has to rehire, who he has to put in jail, who he has to pardon to come back out of jail. It's all a part of the Republicans' agenda to reelect Donald Trump. And I would think by now we are tired for this last almost 3.5 years, actually 3.5 years now, of this Trump administration. It's done nothing but to start tearing this country apart. And the sad part about this is the nation and the world is watching. And they're watching one man, and they're watching them dismantle America. We can't have that. He's using the coronavirus as his platform for a means to an end. His presidency. That's all it is. It's always been about Donald Trump's presidency. It's always been about Donald Trump's demand or his dominancy, if you will, over people by bullying them, by being the big dog, if you please. This is not politics, it's not even politicking. This is personal. His own personal, seemingly to me, vendetta against the American population. This is about Donald Trump. And it's time to stop Donald Trump and to get him out of office before there is no Oval Office for anybody to get into. Because it will come down like rubbles. Watch this. He's destroying America and its democracy. Let me turn this over a little bit. He has no value, no commitment, and no conviction. He has no commitment to you or I. Only to himself and his family. Seemingly. There's no real commitment. He took an oath of office to be the commander-in-chief in time of peace and a time of war. And we're in a war for our lives. We're in a war against this coronavirus. Something this administration should have been on top of a long time ago. And now we're looking at 20.4% unemployment rate. The lowest it's ever been since the Cold War. No president, I don't care how good they were or bad they were, never sunk this country this low. Ever. In history. But we want to re-elect him. He has no value. He has no values. He says what he wants. He does what he wants. He talks the way he wants. He brutalizes reporters. He talks trash to the women. He's a womanizer. He's an adulteress. I can go on and on. This is what you all elected to be president of the United States. He is a danger to this country and our health and security and this democracy. He's a danger. He's a very dangerous man. He must not be able to afford an opportunity to be reelected, or there will be no America left. I say that solemnly because if Donald Trump is elected for another 4 years, we are doomed. We are doomed. He will destroy what's left of it and sell the pieces to to the highest bidder. He's a racist. He's a globalist. He's a hungry individual. Very smart when it comes to business. So he knows how to get around certain things. He's a communicator. He knows how to communicate destruction, confusion. Any president that says that he will not wear a mask to show the American people that your commander-in-chief follow the same protocols as the CDC. He says, well, anybody else want to wear the mask, that's fine, but I'm not going to wear one. It's a sad excuse as a commander-in-chief. That means he has no values, no morals. He has no integrity. He has none of the things that we expect in our leadership, in our commander-in-chief. He has no respect and no honor. And this is what we are faced with, the grim decision. It's time to get rid of him. It's time to get him out of office, out of power. Even his own party and his own party lines are turning against him. Some will not vote Democrat because they're a long-time Republican. But they're tired of him. So they said, for the first time, I'm not voting. Because they're diehard Republicans, they just won't vote. Because there isn't another Republican that they could put their trust in. Even on his own party line, they don't like him. Because he's disrespected them at one time or other. He's made them look like they're nothing. And as long as you're loyal to Donald Trump, you got Donald Trump blessings. But when you're not loyal to Donald Trump, he could care less who you are. If you want real change in Washington, D.C., vote absolute truth. No more lies, spins, hidden agendas, or secrets. Just real truth. I believe the American people should know what's going on in the government. They need to know what their government is doing for them. They need to know that the government has heard them. And the government is working hard on behalf of the American people. But this is not happening. It's not happening because Donald Trump doesn't care. It's not happening because his cronies or his vice president don't have enough, should I say, in nice words, cojones, to stand up to him and say, boss, this ain't right. This isn't the way we're supposed to do things. No, he's a dictator. He's a bully, and when he says goes, nobody. When he talks, obviously, when he talks in his meeting, nobody else talks. Nobody don't have a brain, and nobody has an opinion. And when they be advising him, he's like, he don't want to hear it. That's what got us in this mess. Because when they were strongly advising him and telling him that this stuff is real, this is not a hoax, as he calls it. This is real. He played it down. He fired the whole pandemic office that handles these types of viruses and diseases that can actually destroy a nation. He fired that whole office. And his thing was, he didn't want a bunch of people around him that wasn't working. He meant to say, he didn't want nobody around here that's not working for him. And they weren't. They was trying to tell him the truth. And he said, shut up. If you want real change, vote absolute truth. It's time for love, righteousness, truth, accountability, responsibility, respect, and true value in American people. And if you don't have this about the American people, then why are you even doing it? In our government and in our commander-in-chief. I'm a Democratic write-in presidential candidate of the 21st District in Lindsay, California. Vote for George A. Wilson for President of the United States, November 3rd, 2020. I approve this message. God bless you, and you have a wonderful night.